Welcome to EXP, the TED-style talks where we're farming XP for your brain, one talk at a time. I'm Dr. Rachel Kowert, and today we're going to be talking about the Psychgeist of pop culture, The Last of Us, to explore why Joel is our favorite found father. You're here, you're curious, let's farm some XP. What would you do if you had to choose between saving your child and saving the world? That isn't just a philosophical question. It's at the heart of one of the most compelling father figures in modern media, Joel Miller from The Last of Us. Joel, one could argue, is the pinnacle of this idea of a found father. But what's particularly interesting about Joel is that we've seen him brought to life as a character by two completely different performers, Troy Baker in the video game series and Pedro Pascal in the HBO adaptation. And through their distinct portrayals, they've shown us something profound about what fatherhood means in the 21st century. For decades, media has given us the same kind of father: distant, emotionally unavailable, focused solely on providing and protecting. Think Logan Roy from Succession or Walter White from Breaking Bad. These men primarily operate from duty rather than love, strength, not vulnerability. But something has been changing in the way that fatherhood is being portrayed in media. We're witnessing the rise of the so-called found father, masculine figures who unexpectedly find themselves caring for a child, and in doing so discover parts of themselves that they never knew existed. Joel Miller is a great example of this evolution. Through Troy Baker and Pedro Pascal, we see two different paths to the same destination: redefining what it means to be a man, redefining what it means to be a protector, and redefining what it means to be a father. Let's talk about Troy Baker's portrayal first. In the video game, something unique happens. You become Joel. Every decision, every moment of hesitation, every act of violence to protect Ellie, that is you making those choices. Troy Baker's version of Joel starts out smuggling 14-year-old Ellie as his so-called cargo. He's emotionally shut down 20 years after losing his daughter Sarah in the apocalypse. But as players, we experience his transformation in real time. We feel Joel's walls crumbling down as Ellie wins him over with her humor and her resilience and her refusal to let him stay isolated. It's the genius of Baker's performance that makes us complicit. When Joel lies to Ellie at the end, telling her there's no hope for a cure, when he's just prevented her sacrifice to save humanity, we understand because we've walked in his shoes. We feel the father's terror of losing another daughter. Now, Pedro Pascal's Joel takes a different journey. I mean, sort of. Obviously, it still follows the story of the game, but hear me out. It's a different interpretation. Whereas Baker's Joel is gruff and guarded, Pascal wears his heart closer to the surface. We love Pedro. He's immediately relatable and vulnerable. Pascal brings something to the table that the internet has dubbed reluctant father energy, and audiences love it. Whether it's Din Djarin in The Mandalorian, another found father, or Joel Miller, Pascal embodies men who discover their greatest strength isn't in shutting people out, but letting them in. In the HBO series, we see Joel's walls come down faster. He smiles at Ellie's jokes earlier. He opens up about Sarah sooner. And when he finally saves Ellie from the hospital, Pascal's Joel isn't emotional and out of control like in the game. He's methodical, almost dissociated, a traumatized father doing whatever it takes. Pascal shows us that masculinity and vulnerability are not opposite. They're partners. So why do millions of people love both versions of this morally complicated character? Because Joel represents something we're all hungry for: authentic masculinity. Both Baker and Pascal's Joel embody three things. First, they show emotional growth. Joel doesn't start perfect. He becomes better through his relationship with Ellie. Second, they demonstrate that protection isn't just physical. Both versions of Joel support Ellie emotionally and help her process her trauma. Third, they prove that love is not a weakness. It's what makes us human. But here's what's really happening. We're not just watching Joel's transformation. We're witnessing our own cultural revolution. The performances reflect our growing understanding that the strongest men are not the ones who never break. They're the ones that break and choose to heal. With Baker's Joel, we literally inhabit his choices. But with Pascal's Joel, we see ourselves in his struggles. Both versions ask us to examine our capacity for love and sacrifice and moral complexity. They don't give us easy answers, but they do give us better questions. The storytelling of The Last of Us really isn't about zombies or apocalypses. It's about what we discover when everything else falls away. And through Troy Baker's interactive vulnerability and Pedro Pascal's emotional authenticity, we see the same truth. The most radical thing a man can do in 2025 isn't being tougher or stronger or more distant. It's to choose to love, even when, especially when, the love makes you more vulnerable. Both versions of Joel teach us that being a protector isn't about being unbreakable. It's about being brave enough to let someone else matter more than yourself. And maybe, just maybe, that's the kind of father, that's the kind of person, that's the kind of daddy, I mean baby girl, that the world needs right now. And with that, you've just earned some serious XP. If you like this EXP talk, you can read more in the Psychgeist of Pop Culture The Last of Us, where we dig deeper into Joel and why he is our favorite found father. And the best part, it's completely free to download, so grab your copy and keep farming that XP.